Thank God. Thank God the fucking keyboard worked. Your boy's out here on a technological. I want to say, I don't want to start the stream by using the word genocide. But if I had the option, I would like to go back to the good old days when we didn't have wires and cables holding us down because we didn't know about wires and cables. We didn't have the technology yet. But we're here on a Sunday. Welcome to the Sunday mass stream, right? Obviously, this is a long, elongated weekend here in the United States. It's Memorial Day, right? Commemorating all the fallen soldiers. That's what's Monday, and therefore nothing's open. But you can shop for clothes at good discounts. So that's how we honor the troops. We essentially give you 30% off Hanes underwear. That's how we honor our dearly departed fallen soldiers. But welcome to the stream. I have been walking for the past 2 hours. I'm hungover. Yesterday I had a lot to drink. As a matter of fact, I forgot to bring a beverage with me here, something to I don't know, quench my thirst, like a Coke Zero or something that's eventually going to give me some form of cancer inside of my body. And I should actually put my gum down so you guys don't have to deal with the annoying sounds of me chewing. Yes, I did get new glasses. I've been on a little bit of a bender lately. I just ordered some before the stream, some hipster glasses. These are pretty hipster. I don't like that they hide my, they're not essentially covering for my massive forehead. So if you notice, they only add to my forehead. So I need to find glasses that cover my forehead. So I ordered some new ones that don't make me look like I voted twice. So these make me look like I voted twice on the previous election. We have an action-packed show. And by action-packed show, I mean I have an article that I found that I'm pretty sure, I don't recall if I've talked about it or not. I don't think I have, but it's I almost died looking at it right now. I have this thing where I go through Google, right? So I go through Google and I look up magic tricks and I see what comes up on the news section. And it's usually them using the words magic trick as like a buzzword. So they'll be like, oh, Putin's magic trick in Ukraine. And you're like, oh, okay, good job on the SEOs there, buddy. However, you rarely find magicians, right? You rarely find magicians. And when you do, it's talking about magicians that are on the registry. So it's not bing bong, right? I had to drop bing bong there. I keep having to remind myself that I need to add more. So if you guys have video drops that you think are good enough for me to use on a show, send them to my email, PigCake with 2 E's at gmail.com. I was sent some videos, as if you've seen my previous live stream. I was asking for people to send me videos of magicians doing this hand gesture, which is my least favorite thing. And a couple of you guys sent out some videos, so I'll be making that video relatively soon on my least favorite magical gesture. However, it's the same thing for video drops. If you guys think that you maybe have like a funny, small, maybe 2-second video like bing bong or okay, let's go, send it my way. Send it my way and I'll put it on the channel, on the live stream for the dozens and dozens of people that tune into these to enjoy. But this, I forgot where my train of thought was going. It went from the drops to something else. But let me not ignore the comments here. Awesome. I thought I would recognize the work. I guess you're talking about Manel and his tremendous work that I printed out and put right there. So every morning when I wake up, I look at myself in art form and I think, whoa, I'm really attractive. I'm pretty attractive as a cartoon. In person, I look like a bioterrorist attack, as I was I said today quite frequently. I forgot what context, but I did have quite a bit to drink yesterday. Some friends are in town from Washington, and we decided to go to several bars, including the local spot that if you're a fan of ham radio, you would know that place because I got COVID in that particular place, which was a fun time because I thought it was just a hangover. No, it was a hangover that lasted approximately 4 to 5 days. But I remember catching COVID at this particular bar, and we went there yesterday. Right, went there yesterday. A lot better cleaned up. Right, they cleaned it up. It's definitely looking a lot better than it was, but it still has the vibe. There were whores there. some very obvious whores. And I'm not saying that like, wow, misogynist, don't write a blog post about me. But I'm saying it in the literal sense. There were actual whores there. Ladies of the night looking for a John. I think, is that the way they call it? Looking for a perp? I don't know what the term is. I'm white for that. I'm too white for that to know those particular terms. Did I reach church? Says Chris. Well, that's what this is, technically. This is your variation of church on Sunday if you're a virgin magician. I've had to explain that concept to people because every time the topic comes up, and I've mentioned this before, whenever, oh, hey, man, what do you do for a living? And I go, oh, I'm a video editor. And they go, oh, what videos do you edit? I'm like, videos, like, of the video variety. And they go, no, really, what do you edit? And I go, magic tricks. I'm a magician. I edit magic trick videos for a living. And they go, whoa, dude, that's crazy. And then I go, no, it's not. It's not, because magician, and I had to go through the whole explanation. And then they hear virgin and they think, what? They haven't had sex before? And I go, no. It's not about that. You could have sex a lot and still be a virgin. It's not about that. It's about the way of life. So it's the same thing. I have to explain that constantly to people as I'm spreading. And you know what the worst part is? I've seen, and I'm taking credit for the term virgin. I'm taking credit for it. I know obviously the words existed before in the English language, whatever, it's had its many different definitions. But in the magic context, that's all me, baby. And I've seen many other accounts on Instagram, many other magicians refer to virginity. That's me, baby. That's my puppy. Where's the crediting, huh? We're such fucking fanatics of crediting and magic, but you don't credit the one thing that matters, which is the concept and study of virginity in relation to magic. You should be ashamed of yourself. That's me. Give me the credit. If David Copperfield is referring to magicians as virgins, that started with me, baby. I'm the innovator of that. People are out here using my material, right? Just because I'm a smaller channel, they're out here using me, and they think, oh, I could just copy this guy, and he's not going to know. I know, right? I have the time. I look. Let's see. If you ain't buying glasses from Zenny, you're spending too much. I'm buying from an alternative to Zenny called I Buy Direct. I'm a cheap fuck, and I had a ex-girlfriend that used to work at Sunglass Hut, and she would tell me all the gossip, all the juice about Luxottica and the company that owns, I believe, 95% of the sunglass manufacturing, and how they essentially come from the same place. Right, so they come from the same place. It's all the same shit. They're pennies to make, a buck or whatever the fuck. And obviously they sell them by putting these stupid, like a Ray-Ban logo. But you could find the same fucking glasses, the same molded plastic, whatever the fuck bullshit, for dollars, which is where I buy my glasses. I had to fight for my prescription, though, because before I paid $800 for my glasses and my fucking sunglasses, which made me look like a virgin teacher. And I mean that in the sense of the word virgin. Like, I never seen a woman with the way I used to look. I believe you could see that on my Instagram. I was just looking at the video just now, but if you scroll through, you're going to see a video that's 15 years apart, right? Or 15 years difference, where it's me doing a snap deal on the table. And it's me doing it as, I think, a 12-year-old boy. And then doing it, maybe I was 10, if I could recall. And then me doing it at 25. And you could see how I look like at 25. With these little box frame glasses, a short supercuts haircut, and my beard trimmed down like here. Like, what was I thinking with myself? Then again, 10 years from now, I might look at this phase in my life and go, whoa, dude. So you could look at that. That's kind of the vibe. And I paid $800 for those fucking glasses because I went to VisionWorks. And then to get my prescription, I had to go back to the same VisionWorks because they still had my name on file. I've told this before. And the lady didn't want to give it to me, even though I saw my name on the little cabinet. I'm like, I see my name right there. Like, I see it. I see the prescription. Can you just hand me that piece of paper? And she goes, we're not supposed to do this. And I go, you're actually legally obligated to. If I come and ask for my prescription, you kind of have to give it to me. And she goes, we don't have to do it here in store. I'm like, well, then, so you're apprehensive about giving me that piece of paper? And she goes, yeah, you could take a picture of it, but you can't take the paper. Because they're trying to get me into their little fucking scam of having me pay $800 for glasses. So then from then on, I've been going to I Buy Direct and buying glasses for $20 with my prescription. And sunglasses for $20. The glasses I just purchased now, $30. I mean, they're fat hipster glasses with a little bar, but $30 prescription glasses, and I get it in 2 weeks. Suck my nuts. Had I gone through VisionWorks, it's like a month and a half. What are they molding and no, they're not. It's a scam. It's like mattresses. It's a money laundering business. So yes, you are right. I went through Zini or I Buy Direct, one of those. I highly recommend them if you're a four-eyed loser like me. Do you have Specsavers in the U.S.? Same shit. It's like a hot dog bun and a piece of bread that you fold. It's the same shit, right? I stole that blatantly from George Lopez. That biatch, says Manel. I agree, right? I agree to that. She was a bitch. The virgin gospel, according to PigCake. Yeah, so every time you see the term virginity on somebody's video, just like when Kalen was doing that whole cringy thing with Illusionist, going, let Kalen do what he wants, right? And then people on the fucking videos that I made for Illusionists, it's like, this is what you allow, but you don't want Kalen to do what he wants? Shut up. Suck my nuts, right? No. What you should do is do something that matters. Every time you see somebody use the term virginity, go, hey, that's PigCake. You should credit PigCake for coming up with the concept of virginity in relation to magic, right? So that's what I want you guys to do as my PigCake hunt community, right? We're like I've been watching a lot of Opie and Anthony from back in the day, which was a shock jock radio show. And they used to have a league of people called pests, which would be their fans that would do their bidding. Whenever they had beef with another radio station, they would have the pests. I don't have that. I have the PigCake community. But it's not like I'm doing something malicious. What I'm saying is I'm just trying to take hold of my term. That magicians are not all these funny meme accounts, and these are taking credit, or they're using my term without crediting, right? That's disgusting. Virgin is me. So that's the gospel of the piggy. It's the book of virginity. The PigCake Bible and magic stores near you soon. Well, I'm still contemplating writing a book, right? And I have lecture notes that I've written up completely, so I have the whole lecture written up. So what I was thinking of doing was having like a compilation of stuff. So I like an asshole. I have maybe I should. I don't know if I should, because I wanted to do it in secret. But I was working on a magazine. A magic magazine, and I wanted to do it anonymously, right? Because the nature and words that I use in the magazine were pretty, confrontational, right? People would say, "Oh my God, you're being homophobic" or whatever. I was using very colorful language on it, and what I was thinking is that I actually wrote up two entire magazine two entire magazines, like whatever the fuck, volumes, articles, tricks, tutorials. I did an interview with a table. Pretty much I'm ripping off Vice magazine, but I did an interview with a table that belongs to a magician with a coke addiction. And I wrote that whole thing up, and I was going to release it to the magic community anonymously. Right? I was going to release it and see what the reaction was, which I'm sure would have been just, fucking, what the hell is this? This is gross, disgusting. It was funny. It was humorous. So I might add that to the book as well, and just have like a compilation, like a scrapbook of like what I think is magic or what I like about magic. So that might be something to look forward to, but that's a long-term project. Right now, my short-term project is the deck, which hopefully we should have more information on my playing cards, my deck of cards that I've been pushing and trying to get out for, I think, 3 years now. So there's some progress being made there. Hopefully we could do a little bit of a summer release, and then get you guys a deck by winter. That's the goal. I hope so, because we've been sitting on it for Lord knows how long. And the worst part is that we've also had other decks that we've been, kind of going back and forth on. But yeah, unfortunately, the deck came to a standstill. But there's progress. There's progress being made. So hopefully we could do that, and then have you guys with the missing piece deck by the winter, if you guys are interested in that. But that, if now, by the way, that magazine, if I've mentioned this on a live stream, it's a rough one. I probably have to go back and censor it, because I don't know, people get offended way too easily. I had an entire piece that I wrote called Magic's Gay. I wasn't being inflammatory towards any group. I wasn't, doing anything that wouldn't be considered PG-13. But, obviously people could get offended very easily when they see something like that in advance. They could get offended for others, which is kind of odd, kind of an odd phenomenon that we have here. But I want to put those out there. I want to put those out there. So I might just have a compilation of books, or compilation in a scrapbook form, and then release that to the magic community. Who knows? The world's my oyster, my friends. The world is my oyster. Let's look at the comments. I apologize. I've been skipping through it. Manel says he's a guitar boy. That's funny, says Redbeard. I'd buy that for $1. Hopefully no pig on this deck. It's not a pig. I've talked about the deck before. I was kind of secretive about what it was. I called it the TMP deck, right? The missing piece, because what it is, it's a deck that's the missing piece. So that's what the hook of the deck was. So the deck is based around the missing piece of my original PigCake logo. So that's what the deck is based on. And we have different color waves. We have different I don't know if we're going to do some crazy stretch goals. We just want to keep it simple for this particular deck, and then maybe go nuts on the second one. But this one, at least for the time being, I want like a fun deck, like a fun normal utilitarian deck. It's not a mark deck, but obviously it's going to have a nice little, piggy spin on it. I've shown the faces, the quartz I'm in love with. The pips on the quartz are different. They're not the standard pips. It's a raining design. So I'm very happy with the way the deck came out. I'm not happy with how long it's taken to finish little things here or there. So that's the only part that I'm not happy. But obviously, there's an interest in it, as I've been told for the past 3 years. Oh my God, why don't you just have a deck? Why don't you have a fucking deck? So yeah, especially by Gentleman Wake. Gentleman Wake, that at every opportunity that I talk to him, he goes, Hey, Papo, what's up with your deck, man? I've come out with like 5 decks, dog. What about you, Holmes? You're still working on your first one, man. What's going on, Holmes? Like, I know, Daddy. So that's that update on the deck. That's not a project as much as you waiting on people. Yeah, technically, as a whole, as a conglomerate, it's a project. The hardest one to release is the first. True. Yeah, unfortunately, it's like the hardest thing to write in an essay is the first paragraph. So that's why I have a video called The Doom Rule, my friends, where it's having the hypothesis that you write the first part at the end of the writing process. So you skip the introductory paragraph, you get into the bulk of it, and then at the end, when you've written the entire thing, you come back and you write the introduction to it. So you do that for videos, for essays, for that, and I think it's a good way of applying certain the end results of all the experience that you've gained in writing this entire thing or shooting this entire video, and then having the first thing that they're exposed to be the most refined bit, right? So if you write the introductory part last, well, now you have this entire thing of experience, so it's going to be the best part, which first impressions are key. So that's just a little bit there. I don't know why I got virginity there all of a sudden. You're looking to work with any other artist in terms of deck design, or has the experience put a bad taste in your mouth? Well, I'm a sucker. Obviously this is the person that made my logo. He's my neighbor as well, but I want to work with him, right? I want to work with him. At this time, obviously I could have been like, no, hey man, look, you've taken too long. I'm gonna do this. But as I've mentioned many times, I'm kind of a marketing idiot, right? I'm an idiot when it comes to anything business wise or anything financial in terms of promoting and doing that stuff. So I'm a people person. To him, I love the way he does stuff. I love the logo. He has a kind of a vested interest in it. He's involved, I don't want to say spiritually, but I asked him to make the logo for the channel, and I loved what he came up with. And I want him to have the baby of his logo, and then have that be something that he's proud to add to his portfolio. But it has taken quite a long time. The 5 of Hearts is involved in the piggy deck. Yeah, it is. Obviously, I think a lot of magicians would complain when they don't receive a 5 of Hearts in their decks. And I have to explain, no. What it is that if you look at the 4th video on my channel, the 5 of Hearts, it's just a joke. It's sleeping with my my significant other. That's the bit. And I don't like the 5 of Hearts. All right, that's a running joke in my videos that I made 7 years ago at this point. I think 6 years ago, coming up, right? The June, I believe, is the anniversary of my channel. June or July? I think it's June. So I remember I made a video last year, 5 years. So this year would be 6 years since I've started the channel. And oh boy, what a journey, right? What a journey it's been, my friends. Thank God I didn't show my face when I first started off with the channel, because you would have seen that gross progression, and you've been exposed to this the entire time. So I think it would have been a little bit more shocking had I shown my face from the start. So when will you release your deck? Satchel, well, you came in a little bit later, but I was talking about that earlier, and hopefully we could have a summer release, and then winter, you guys should have your hands on a deck, assuming everything goes well. That's what I'm kind of postulating at this point. No pigs. Jackie disappointed me with slapping "Oh my God" on a blue back and then putting it on Kickstarter. That's the other part that I'm not really a fan of when it comes to the playing card stuff, right? I think we've gone to this point where now it's like it's oversaturated because people buy decks, and obviously you had the hype decks, and those went off the model of like Supreme and Off-Whites with limited releases and kind of catering towards a more youthful demographic, and kind of making it edgy and like pop, right? But not the effort is also kind of odd, because then you have that where you just slap a PNG on the back of a card and be like, no, this is my deck, and it's like, all right, okay. But at least our deck, I'm happy with the way it came out. I just want it to come out, right? I want it to come out. That's the point. Gentleman Awake has 8 decks. Yeah. I was just literally, it's almost like you were part or watching the stream and then choose now after the fact to leave a comment. Just noticed the green square on the logo on the Lego case is being chroma keyed. Yeah, I've noticed that as well. There's that, and then it's weird because if I hold something that's green over here, you could see the video because the video cuts off here, I believe. So if I hold like I don't know if I have anything green, maybe my dick over here, you would see it. But let me so I guess let's get into let's start it. Let's start the bulk of the stream here, right? So I was reading this article on Looper. So that should let you know that it's really not going to be the cream of the crop when it comes to writing. I hate journalism in 2022. It's not a real thing, right? And I know that's thick coming from me, right? That essentially my profession is a farce. But journalism is worse than magician, I would say. If you're a journalist, that doesn't mean anything. That used to mean something, right? Like Walter Cronkite. Like, yeah, oh, fuck yeah. What's the name of that dude that did, he had all the magicians, kind of an old school guy. Fuck, he had Slidini on his show. Dick Cavett, right? Tremendous, right? That's journalism. That's, dare I say someone like, even like Johnny Carson. I understand he's not a journalist, but he would still have, news things on his show, and he would present it in a way that would be, just what it is with humor and whatever the fuck. But journalism now, it's like top 10 ways to add cum to your diet. What the fuck is that? Right, and then you're making 70,000 a year essentially. So that's essentially journalism today. So this article, let me see if I could jump to it here, so you guys could see what I'm looking at. Of course, why would that work? Is it gonna do it now? No. Okay. I pressed the shortcut. So what I'm thinking is that this fucking keyboard I hope it doesn't do 2 transitions now. I'm doing it again. I'm pressing the shortcut again. No, of course not. Why would this keyboard work? There you go. There you go. Thank God it didn't do it. If it did it 2 times in a row, I would have probably ended the stream out of anger. But this is obviously one of my favorite movies of all time. Now You See Me. Right? And it's a post explaining how the tricks in Now You See Me were done. And I don't know if I've talked about this before. I might have. But you know what? I'm talking about it now with a different perspective, right? Even if I've done this before or done this specific article, I've grown since then, right? So you might see have looked through my backlog of stuff and be like, hey, you've already talked about this. Yeah, I talked about it then. But we're in the present, baby. That was the past. So don't give me shit. This is how the tricks in Now You See Me were done. And what got me about this article was obviously there were, tricks in the movie. You can't have a movie on magic and not do any tricks. However, there was only one trick in the entire movie, and it's that one force that he does in the beginning, right, where he's doing it to the very attractive ladies, and I don't know, God knows where. And he has them, oh, just think of a card that you could see. And then the card ends up on a fucking building or some shit. That's the only trick in the entire movie. The rest of it is bullshit. Bullshit. It doesn't help that you have this smug piece of shit on this. And every time this guy's on TikTok or Instagram, you see the comments, and it's a bunch of just hot girls saying, oh my God, he's so attractive. Jesse Eisenberg is so attractive. I think objectively, scientifically, they're retards. And I'm saying that clinically, right? Because it's the same thing with Justin Bieber. Yeah, he's very talented, but he looks like he works at a gas station. Like, what's attractive about Justin Bieber? He looks like a normal, like a dude that you wouldn't think twice if he was the guy selling you blunts in the back of a gas station. You wouldn't think twice, right? But then they're like, oh my God, he's so hot. Really? What's hot about him? Oh, the money. There you go. We've come to the bulk of the problem here. But Jesse Eisenberg is not an attractive match. Every time I see those comments, I'm like, you guys are just whores. Sorry, let me see this. Looking forward to getting a few of your decks and never opening them and storing them away. Yeah, the resale value is going to be nothing. The resale value is going to be negative for those. So I suggest you open them all immediately. Satchel said there's a very serious question concerning hypnotism and churches that are charismatic. Do you believe they're using hypnotistic? I don't know if that's a word or not, but we'll go with it. It's like a romantical hypnotistic techniques to lure people into prayer. I was just noticing that. Maybe unintentionally, right? Obviously, anything could be hypnotic with repetition, right? So it's just getting you to that state where you're kind of aware of certain things. If you're on the road and you're looking at the same thing over and over again, and then you realize, oh shit, time's passed. That's kind of like a hypnotic state. So it could be in a sense, but I think it's mostly out of boredom. It's mostly out of boredom, especially if you go to like a church that's not either like a black or like a Latin-based church. It's not really fun. Like a white church is boring as shit. Whereas in a Cuban mass, they're playing the fucking they're playing this thing. They got the bongos going. They got the whole shebang bang. So that's what I don't like about white church. And I've been to white church. It's boring. They're playing bongos and they're playing fucking Celia Cruz. All right. In Cuban mass, it's a party. It's a party. So back to this fucking bullshit here. Now you see me. Obviously, they go through this and they talk about the different tricks and how to do them, right? And let's see who wrote this. This is written by. I don't want to say that because I don't want my furniture to start levitating. But we have advanced cardistry as the first trick explained. I also want you guys to notice the font size for this. I had to put the font at a massive size in order for my old man eyes to read it from the distance that I am to the monitor. Let's see what they define as cardistry. Cardistry refers to the performance art of card flourishing. At the beginning, we're introduced to the eventual four horsemen, Danny Atlas, Jesse Eisenberg. Fuck, and I hate the name too. Danny showed performing an extremely intricate set of card flourishes as he practices his move in front of the mirror. The highly complex patterns Danny creates with his deck of cards immediately lets audiences know he is a master magician with extremely deft hands. Fucking A. And he's just there doing the same, like the one thing that every basic person knows how to do. I know, I'm being a virgin right now, but I kind of have to be because I'm fucking like Jesse Eisenberg. But that's not really a trick, is it? Right? It's not like, oh, these are how the tricks were done. It's like, yeah, you learn how to cut the cards in a way. And he fucking, this is filler, essentially. That's what this is. This is just filler. The next one is guest card, the only real trick in the entire movie. Right, done by the smug piece of shit. You're gonna notice that as I go through this article. It's just really a rant on Jesse Eisenberg and his stupid. I was gonna say stupid space, because I got so upset. I misspoke face. His stupid face. The real question: how's Piggy treating Windows 11? It's all right. Windows 11 is all right. It's not great. I don't like the fact that they're making it like fucking like iOS. Right, so it's kind of obnoxious that they're like, oh, hey, do you want fucking Bixby? Like it's fucking Samsung or what, Cortana. I don't want fucking Cortana. I don't want MSN to come up. I have to delete all these pop-ups of like whenever you press the Windows Start button, they go, "Hey, dude, do you want to fucking the news from MSN?" No, no, thank you. I don't want the news from MSN. The fact that MSN is still around, but this is the only trick in the entire movie. This is the only trick in the entirety of the movie where this cunt does this thing, obviously, with a short card in the deck. And let's see how they think he does this. So early in the film, we see Danny performing street magic in front of a crowd. Performing is a real stretch of the word there. Shows a pretty girl. See, I was right about that. A deck of cards by flipping the deck in front of her eyes very fast. He asks the girl to think of any one card from the deck. With a flourish, Danny reveals the card, the Seven of Diamonds, by bribing a building's supervisor to shine the card pattern on the building side. Let's see what this is. It's done by forcing a card. The person who thinks they have chosen a card at random in a deck, he ensured that the Seven of Diamonds was visible to the girl for a split second longer than the other card. Since the card stayed for a longer time, it stayed in the audience's mind, right? There were a couple ways to pull this off. 2 or 3 Seven of Diamonds stacked on top of each other, okay? And then this is talking about a short card. So this is the only trick that's like an actual magic trick that you could perform that isn't, I don't know, movie shit, right? But obviously that's not what this article goes into. This article now explains the handcuff trick. Now, if you recall this scene in the movie, it's probably the worst thing you will ever see. And for me personally, I think that it's arguably objectively worse than the 9/11 footage, right? It's worse than that in how it's a fucking terrible scene, because he's there with handcuffs, and you have Mark Ruffalo, who's the, I think, second worst person on the planet, and he's there with the fucking handcuffs, and he's having this monologue, right? And obviously he's having a monologue to the guy who's controlling the whole thing that he doesn't know yet, which just is so beautiful as to how I feel about Jesse Eisenberg, right? That he has this wonderful, eloquent, long monologue on to how, oh no, me, I'm always 5 steps ahead of you, and when you're looking close, well, you could look as close as you want because you're not going to see anything. Whatever, some stupid magic bullshit. And then he's telling it to Mark Ruffalo, who's the orchestrator of the whole thing, who's in fact 17 steps ahead of him. But this guy says it with such conviction, and he's so full of shit when he says it. It's you hate it. And in hindsight, you want to literally reach through the screen and strangle this man. I could probably do that, and my heart rate wouldn't change. But at some point, he removes his handcuffs and throws it on Mark Ruffalo, which should be done in real life. Obviously, it's not done with magic means, right? It's a movie, so they're gonna do it however they want to. So why would you write that? Well, I don't understand. Yeah, how did they do it? They did it with fucking CGI, or they did it with whatever fucking means they did in a movie. There's no need to write about it. Obviously, you know that it's gonna be done through something, some movie bullshit, either editing or practical. But yet this person decided to write it out. This is one of the coolest magic tricks in the entire movie due to how impossible it looks. You have to think CGI was used, but in reality, the whole trick could be performed practically without any digital trickery or misleading editing. To understand how Danny would or could have pulled off the whole thing, to could have pulled, it's a movie. What do you mean to understand how he could? Yeah, of course, he would have removed the handcuffs and then put it on him. That's the only way to do it. But you wrote it out as if it's like, no, hey, here's information that you would not have known unless I wrote it. Are you fucking... This isn't a real thing. This isn't a real one. The piranha's tank, what? Okay, so it's when this very attractive young lady gets lowered in this tank, and I believe piranhas are going to be placed in the tank. Yeah, it's obviously a fucking movie. Right? Oh, what are you're gonna have some sort of compartment, you're gonna have some sort of place or something that's gonna happen that's gonna allow her to escape the tank. What, you're gonna write about that? You're gonna write about how they probably just cut it? Like, hey, here's how they did it. They put the actress in a tank, and then they cut that part, and then they shot another instance of a video with her not being in the tank, but then they added piranhas that they put in post production and they added to it. That's pretty much what he would have to write. Which again, it's what are you explaining movies now? We have to pretty much fucking what's the term? Operationally define the way they fucking do it. I feel like I'm getting bored of my own segment here. I'm getting bored of this fucking segment just because this is the dumbest article. Reading minds. Okay, so now we have the fucking mentalist dude that apparently reads minds. Oh, how did they read minds in a movie? They put it in the script. Are you having a fucking laugh? Yeah, here's how the third horseman, Merritt McKinney, did his mind reading tricks. They added it to the script and made it seem like he's reading somebody's mind. And then they acted. Let's see what this guy decides to write. In truth, his talents are an exaggerated version of real-world mentalists. No, it's not. Real-world mentalists cheat. They don't have those skills. They lie about them. Mentalists can make use of a variety of observation and conversational techniques to extract information without directly asking them. The most famous tactics are cold reading, where you observe a person's dress, body language, and emotional state and arrive at different conclusions about their personal life. You don't have to observe anything about anyone to cold read. That's the point of it. It's cold reading. That would be warm reading. If I'm looking at your dress, your watch, your fucking the way you're standing, that's warm reading. Because I'm looking at something and then giving you information based on what I'm looking at. Cold reading could be done cold, blindfolded, essentially, right? Oh, sometimes you feel like you're introverted in your own mentality where you don't want to get judged socially. But then there are other times where you're more outgoing and you have a conflict as to why it is that you have this juxtaposition between these two emotions. So you don't know why. And you want to learn why. And then you resort to certain vices in order to get over these. Like you might drink to make you more social. Yeah, that applies to 99% of people. The other tactic is hot reading, where you secretly dig up information. What? Okay. At least they got that somewhat right. To make them think you know more than you actually do. Being convinced you knew the secret all along thanks to your psychic powers. For instance, Merritt's first scene, he senses a man's having an affair by throwing off a calculated guess and modifying those guesses based on the man's guilty fucking language. Yeah, let's see how he did it. They wrote it in a fucking script. That's how they did it. I'm shaking out of anger right now. This is the most clinically retarded article I've probably read. And I've seen some ridiculous articles. Top 10 ways to incorporate semen into your diet. Okay, thank you, fucking Slate. This one is another one based on the bubble trick. Dumb. Yeah, how did they do it? CGI. They fucking did it with CGI with the help of wires and a green screen. Thank you. Good job, fucking. Let's see if I could actually say the name. Great, excellent job there. Fucking Nirash. Excellent. You really taught me something in this fucking blog post. I'm bored, dude. I think I'm done with this segment. How many? The Paris... What? Deadly plastic cards? What do you mean? Oh, I wonder how he threw cards. Yeah, they threw cards. They might be a little bit harder than normal cards. Escape the safe. Oh, did you know that you could... Oh, the key in the soda. Did you know that they probably cut the shot, made it look like the key actually was in the soda can? They actually cut the video. That's how they did it. And then they put keys in a soda can. And then it looked like the key magically went in the soda can. Or the safe. You could open a safe from the inside. That's maybe the only piece of, like, information you might get from this entire fucking article. Turning into money. They cut the footage. And then they showed them. And then they cut it. And through post-production, they made it seem like they turned into money. Are you having... I'm done with this. I'm good. Now I'm getting upset. Because of the retarded fucking article. The article is as dumb as the movie itself. I'm sorry to you guys. I apologize. I thought that was going to be a more exciting segment. Let me take this fucking picture of Mark Ruffalo out of here because I don't want to see his dumb face. Mind you, I just clicked off of that and then MSN News is the thing that comes up. And it's just all terrible shit. This is what Windows 11 pushes on you, right? Just awful ads, like just mostly ads that are dumb shits. Why am I getting... Oh, hey, look at this one. Tyler Henry connects Tracy Gold. What? How is Tyler Henry still relevant? Right? How is this still a thing in 2022? I think maybe because he's an attractive young. I was gonna say an attractive young gay, but I don't know. He could probably smash anyone he wants, but instead he chooses to use his talents as a mentalist. He has consultants, from my understanding. Why would you need consultants if you're psychic? Makes you wonder, right? Really makes you wonder. But I'm sorry. I apologize. That was terrible. I wanted to have a segment here on this thing. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun to do, guys. We're going to go through this article about my least favorite fucking movie of all time. And instead, now I'm upset because it reminds me of how awful the movie is and how much people like the movie. That's the other part. I think that's the part that gets me the most upset, is that people enjoy the movie. What do you like to smash your nuts in a phone book? Like, what are you doing to yourself, man? Oh, let me just grab my bedpost and shove it in my eyeball. Why would you like the movie? What do you like about the movie specifically? Oh, the magic? What trick specifically? There's one trick in the movie. So if you're telling me anything other than that, it's not really a... And don't say prestige, right? Because the movie wasn't really about the magic. The movie there was about the conflict between these two individuals. A classic tale. A tale as old as time. Right? The magic was supplementary. Whereas Now You See Me, it was an attempt at making a magic-forward movie. And instead, they made what is the equivalent of a root canal colonoscopy. And I did that video forever ago. And people were like, why are you so angry? Because I'm angry. Because this is what I do. And now you're lowering what I do even more than it actually is by introducing Jesse Eisenberg and his stupid face telling Mark Ruffalo. Wow, that's just the... Wow, man. That monologue. I hate that I have that in my brain. That stupid monologue that he gave in that prison, whatever the fuck, interrogation room. And I wish I could just stick my finger in a socket, like a power socket, and lose that memory. Instead of having that in my fucking brain. So that anytime I could recall it, it's there with his smug face and the dumb shit. Oh, I wonder how he got the key in the can. I wonder how in this fucking movie he got the key to the fucking handcuff in the can. I wonder how. Fuck off. You know, it's funny. Actually, I shit on magic, but then I realized I'm a fan of magic. So I was looking at the magic subreddit. Now let me actually reopen my internet browser, and I saw this guy that puts a tab in a can, and it blew me away. So I guess this being a very magic heavy stream, let me look for it. Reddit magic, and then let me zoom this in so my blind ass could read it. Magic the Gathering, no Magic. The Redditing, is this Magic? This devoted to Magic the Gathering. r/magic. Let me see if I could show this to you guys, because I was fucking blown away by this trick. So all you guys that think, oh, Piggy, you just shit on magic. All you do is shit on magic. No, I'm a big fan of magic. When it's done well, when it's presented differently, when it's unique and interesting. So this right here, let me see if I could show you guys what I'm talking about. But this guy gets a soda can. And what's interesting about this is that it's impromptu. It's 100% impromptu. And I watched it probably 100 times. And then after the maybe 100th time, I'm like, oh, shit. Let me see if I could. Okay. At least now it's working. I might throw up. Huh. Yeah, I really felt like I was going to throw up there. I ate too much. I ate too much today, and then I drank too much yesterday because I had to drink the hangover away. Yeah, okay. All right, I could hold it. Although this would be great television if I just vomit all over myself here, which I would. I'm not going to... If I need to throw up, I'm throwing up here. So this is what I saw, and it blew me away. Let me see if I could show it to you guys. I don't know if you could hear it. You don't really need to, but... Great trick. Gets a little tab, right? Look at this. Look at how immaculate this is. Boom. And the best part is he doesn't lap it, right? Like I that's one of the things that I thought after watching it like the fourth time. I'm like, no, he definitely laps it. No, he doesn't. He doesn't lap it at all. So the thing is impromptu. I believe you could do it fucking willy-nilly. I don't think you have two tabs. Tremendous. fooled the shit out of me. And look at that. Comes out of the fucking can. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And I think somebody was speculating on the method, which is why they turned the comments off. But I love this shit. Look at how I'm fucking taken aback. Should pitch that to E, right? Sell that as a little thingy. Or maybe sell it himself. But see, I'm a Magic fan, right? I'm a fan of Magic. I saw that, and I want to share with you guys in case you haven't seen it. Because I don't just always shit on Magic. I don't just always shit on it. People, oh my god, he's so negative. PigCake is totally not what the Magic community needs right now. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Sorry I offended you. Oh my god. You want to live in this bubble where you just never hear anything that makes you remotely question things. Oh, I'm sorry. Could you tell I'm bitter every time somebody talk shit about me? But I like Magic, man. I'm a fan of Magic. All right, I involve myself every day. I'm always reading. I'm always looking at things. I'm always trying to create stuff. Right, so I'm a huge Magic fan. Believe it or not, some people think that I'm not, and I just spend all this time shitting on Magic without contributing anything. But you know what I contribute? PigCake Magic Academy, baby. What? Look at the ads. I'm gonna start running ads next month. See, maybe I could get those fucking numbers up. We'll see. We'll see. If it fails completely, god damn it. But you know what? I tried. You should make a better movie. I feel like it would end up like Ebert and Roper. They're two very famous reviewers. I believe they're both dead now. Dead as fuck. They've been dead for a while. But one of them came out with a movie, and it's like objectively one of the worst movies ever made. But he was known for reviewing movies. So you wonder, it's like, yeah, you talk all this shit about movies. Let's see your movie. And he did one, and it sucked. So that was kind of a funny bit. Will I become Virgin in Chief if I learned a one-handed overhand shuffle featured in your recent PigCake Magic Academy trademark video? Yeah, you would be pretty much a virgin if you do that. Well, I could do it decent, but I've seen people do that as if they're overhand shuffling cards. For me, it's like maybe 4 cuts, right? I've seen people where they do it all the way to the last card. These guys are doing these crazy fucking... I'm here on the old school side of things, guys. I'm not a new school cardist. I'm here... I'm still on the XCM days, the extreme card manipulation days. And I did a video on that, which was a fun one. I also did a video on something called the Ullman Trials, right? Which I think was one of my more underrated videos. That people haven't fucking watched, but it was a good one. I did some research into this fucking the ultimate virginity of these fucking card flourishing trials that involved, doing the Cobra cuts simultaneously. So if you want to look that up, let me see if I could find the link. Where am I gonna? Oh, I'm gonna do it here, so then I could post it in the chat. But this I had to look up. I had to do some research, dig up some shit. Ullman Trials PigCake. Let's see if this shit doesn't come up. There's like a castle. It's a fucking... There's a lot that goes into this. But I'm going to put that in the little thing here for you guys to watch if you want to. That was a fun one. Ullman Trials. Let me see if I have one on XCM. I know that maybe I have one. Not really. I have one, top 5 cardistry moves that need to stop. That was a fun video. The other one was Brian Tudor. Brian Tudor PigCake. Let me see if I have that video. So I did a whole video on how cardistry sucks apart from this one guy. And it was Brian Tudor, which is another video that you guys should add to your Sunday playlist, I guess, after this stream. Those are 2 videos that I was particularly fun with. Right, the Ullman Trials, the most virgin thing. A bunch of dudes go to a castle. Like, what are you doing with yourself? I don't know what's happening here. Okay. But yeah, just gross. But let's see. I have to go soon. I'll be watching Andrej Magnolia Magic Show. How do you feel about online magic shows? I think they're a good compromise, right? They're a good compromise. I would never do them. I don't like this, like, oh hey, let me do this, and then, oh hey, let me pick someone randomly from the Zoom thing, and I don't like that. I don't like the idea of that. Then again, I wouldn't like the idea of a magic show per se. I don't think I'd like that. I'm not really a huge fan of performing magic. I like coming up with shit, so I don't really get my jollies off. I don't get my jollies off from performance. So my opinion is that to me, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. But the others, obviously, they thrive off that. They live off that. Can you do any Psych Force right now? Any Psych Force? I know I put one recently. That's a Wordle one on the Academy, which was a fun one. I've tried it a couple times and it worked. Funny enough, I tried it maybe a couple of times that I tried it. They said honey, right? So it was it's a Wordle force to force the word house, right? And it's a fun way because it's not really, you don't fail. Like you can't fail at it. If you do mess it up or it doesn't work, it just becomes an intro to another piece. But so that's one. But I guess mentioning it, I'm not gonna perform one. That would be kind of weird, right? Again, I just went on a little monologue myself, right? Jesse Eisenberg doesn't hold all the monologues. I do. I could monologue myself. I just went on a monologue on how I don't like performing. Let's see. Michael Lawrence says, I can only watch 10 minutes of that movie. I guess you're referring to Now You See Me, like The Illusionist. I don't think I've ever seen The Illusionist. I don't think I've ever seen that one. I've only seen The Prestige. Obviously, I've seen Now You See Me. I have the second Now You See Me. Maybe I got through that a little bit, but oh, that fucking card scene where they're throwing the card, right? And then they're like fucking doing all the. Come on, come on. What's the reason you're having a longer weekend again? My European ass doesn't quite understand. We have a holiday commemorating soldiers on Monday, right? So it's a federal holiday, I believe. So it's just like no school, no post, no work. But all the stores are open, essentially, which is, I guess, the way we celebrate fallen soldiers. It's 30% off chinos at PacSun. So that's the holiday that we have. Whereas, I don't know, like in England, they would have like a fucking, a crumpet holiday. Oh no, we're observing the crumpets on Monday, so we're not going to go to school. That's the worst holidays in fucking the UK. I don't understand. Oh, today we're not working in observance of fucking what's that thing you guys have? Sausage rules. And now I sound like fucking Boris. Sausage rolls. Beautiful blue passport. It's a fun thing every once in a while. Look up videos of BJ saying various things, tackling kids while playing soccer, as you guys call it, football. That's a fun pastime every once in a while. Are you a frequent reader of the Jerks blog? Not really. Not really. I'll look at it. Turner told me to look at the one of them that was like an interactive trick that you had to read through, and I was almost gonna throw up there. But I read through it and I read it. I like it, but I'm not. I don't have like a fucking like, oh fuck man, the Jerks just came out. Whereas Mind Oracle, every time that dude comes out with an article, I'm on that shit. Like meth on crystal, right? So that's the other one that I read, the Mind Oracle. I've recommended that to everyone that I can. It's one of my favorite ones, and it's a mentalist blog. But the way he writes, holy shit, he just cuts you deeply. If you have anything that affects mentalism in a negative way, I've talked about that many times before. The Mind Oracle blogspot. I believe the person that runs it, his name's David. It's a pseudonym, right? I know who it is. But it's a pseudonym, and it's a wonderful blog, and that one I look forward to. But the Jerks, not so much. I know people swear by it, but that was my what I intended to have as my competition with the magazine that I want to do that I mentioned earlier. Like they kind of like Jerks, but more like Vice, but like Vice back in 2001, not 2022. Where, oh, hey, again, here are top 10 ways that you could add cum to your breakfast and improve the taste. Like, I don't want that. I want 2001 Vice. So that's kind of what I was going for. But you know what? That is the stream, my friends. That is the Sunday stream, right? I want to keep it brief. The main stream is Wednesday at 11 a.m., right? Every Wednesday I do a stream, 11 a.m., so look out for that one. Today was a little a one-off, or not a one-off, but just sometimes on Sunday I like to stream. So that was the one for today, and we're keeping it relatively brief. But Wednesday, make sure to hit the notification bell See if that works, right? Maybe that's the trick that should be explained on a fucking blog post. Hey, does the trick work? Does the trick of putting a fucking notification bell thing work? Do you get notified? Probably not. Probably not. It's a terrible trick. But apart from that, thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate that, right? Obviously, it incentivizes me doing more of these, that people are actually tuning in, and it's not just me talking to myself. That would be quite sad. Don't look at the math either. Don't do the math as to the overall subscribers versus usual viewers of this. Don't do the math. Don't do the math. But apart from that, thank you guys. I'm going to go and figure out how I could get my investment portfolio to a 69% return rate. So that's what I'm going to do.